I tell you, I was interested in checking this out, but I had no idea how much I would like it. And wow, I'm still kind of like surprised about how the conclusion really niched everything all together. Like really, really good in terms of storytelling. Nonetheless, it's time to get into my review of Spiritwalker. What's up, folks, and welcome back to the channel today for another review. And today we're going to be reviewing the film Spiritwalker, which is available on digital, Blu-ray, and DVD April 12th, and available now on the Hi-YAH app as of March 18th. Now, I do got me a copy of the Blu-ray right here, making sure you can see that okay. And as I said, I knew I wanted to check this out. One, I'm just really big into Korean cinema, and I thought that by reading the synopsis, I was like, oh yeah, this is definitely something I like. But again, I just was really surprised about how this film really niched together, which I have to say, I thought that the writing was really good. The script was really good here, because it told a story in full circle instead of it just being sort of a mindless martial arts or action film, whatever it want to be. But with this Korean body swap thriller here, that is completely action packed, like without a doubt. You have a man, he wakes up from a car crash and he literally remembers nothing about his life. And while that happens, there's another guy that's there with him and it's kind of like, hey, you survived. Like, you survived the car accident. Like, what's happening? But yeah, he doesn't know what's happening himself. But he does know that every 12 hours that he is switching bodies and he's trying to piece it all together. And while this is happening, of course, people are after the different individuals that he's playing. So he's also trying to avoid danger, trying to solve it, trying to create allies, and also with no memory. Like, it's really bad. And at this time now, time is pretty much running out. And he's also trying to save somebody as well, too. So there's that. Now, here's the different things I just want to kind of bring this full circle. You start off as person A. 12 hours, you become person B. And I believe there's 3 people that he's going through. I'm not mistaken. Actually, I'm going to say, to not spoil it, he does go through numerous bodies, I'll say. And at the same time, like I said, he's trying to figure these things out. And while he's understanding that every 12 hours he's switching, he's also trying to piece the individuals that he's switching between together. Why is he switching between these certain individuals? How are they connected? You know, who's against who? Whose side is he on? It's a lot of, like, I mean, could you even imagine? Like, for real, let's think about that. Like, could you really even imagine? Like, so the concept is so cool. And for every moment you think about it, it just seems like a bigger web of just like, wait, what is happening? You know what I mean? And I think another, like, interesting way to kind of, like, correlate this to something is Sense8 that was on Netflix, where like you had the 8 individuals who was all connected and they could jump into each other's consciousness whenever they need it. Not quite like that, but it's a sense of like knowing that you can switch between consciousness every 12 hours and trying to figure out how to make them all connect. You know what I mean? And also you got to like remember that when you're switching into these folks, you don't become them. You're still yourself, so you're still without no memory being in these new bodies, and folks are just like, hey, remember blah blah blah, and you're just like, yeah, I remember that, and then they expose you for your lies here. Beyond that, the choreography is top tier. There's some really good scenes, especially scenes in small spaces. That's where the hand-to-hand combat is amazing, like in cars and whatnot. Really good. As I said, the concept is really cool, and the moment you think about the concept, you're just kind of like, wow, yeah, that's very intriguing. There's a lot of suspense, a lot of action, and good mystery, as you would see just by now. You're trying to figure out like, how does this all play out? You know what I mean? The stunts were all on point, and while all the action is continuously going and it's creating a good flow and pacing of the film, you know, you're still in the mystery of wondering like, what is happening to this guy? You know what I mean? And with that, the folks that are also after him, they're not saints. So, you know, like he's not just jumping into like a pastor to a school teacher. He's in some real stuff going on now. So you really have people that are really legitimately after him. And at the same time, he's trying to protect this one lady, Gina, who is in a mess of her own, and he's, you know, trying to do his job here. Why is he trying to save Gina is the other question, right? So many questions here. And the third act is so good. So good. And it really brings the film to life. Like, for real. Non-stop action, edge of your seat. It's a fantastic ride. And I just, like I said, I just love how all of it makes sense. Because as much as you're probably watching the review now, wanting to ask more questions about, well, what about this, what about that? I will tell you that no matter whatever bit of mystery or confusion you have, I feel like the conclusion of this film really brings it all together. And also leaving a lot of room on the table for more. I would love to see this do something else, be honest. I thought this was like really good. And I think that like the concept is intriguing, and then the story was good. And I think it just executed on all accounts. It left you guessing the entire time. And I think it's a fantastic film. So this Korean body swap thriller is one you want to go out the way to check out for real. But it is Spiritwalker. Again, it will be on Blu-ray, DVD, and digital April 12th. And it's available now on the Hi-YAH app. Jump in the comments if you have already checked this out. Let me know your thoughts. You know, like, I guess we could talk a little bit of spoilers here, since, like, you know, it is partially available, but I'm doing a non-spoiler just in case folks haven't seen it. But like, I'm curious to know you all's thoughts about the concept. I'm intrigued about it and some of your favorite scenes of this film. But yeah, jump in the comments, do so, and I'll see you back for more reviews very soon.